Welcome to this video discussing the Infor Visual 9 Notifications Enhancement. Visual 9 allows the user to provide email notifications to your contact on the customer order or purchase order, and also to selected internal employees for the purpose of alerting predefined users of specific business events. These notifications can be sent from the sales cycle for customer orders, pack lists, and cash receipts. They can also be sent from the purchasing cycle for purchase orders, purchase receipts, and cash disbursements. Visual 9 provides you with default templates for these notifications. You can customize these templates in a new program, Notification Maintenance, which you can access from the admin menu. When notifications are sent, the contact ID for your customer or vendor and your internal employees will get the notification for new or edited orders, the new or edited pack lists, and the purchase order receipts. However, notifications for cash receipts and cash disbursements will only be sent to the internal employee. There are 3 levels for controlling the frequency of the notifications you will be sending. You can set up notifications to be sent for every order for a given customer or vendor ID. With this option is taken, you will also have an override on each order to suppress the email notifications for just that one order. At the second level of control, you can set up notifications by order ID. The email notification will print all lines on the order. However, you can limit the lines included in the notification by checking the new email notification column on each line that you actually want to send. Finally, you can set up notifications for just one internal user with a click of one checkbox. There is a Notify Me checkbox on the order header. Clicking this checkbox will send notifications to just this user that is currently logged into order entry. When using the Notify Me option, you can also limit the lines included on the notification by checking the new Notify Me column on each line you actually want to send. It's important to note that the Notify Me orders will cause a notification to be sent even on orders that have the email notification override unchecked to suppress notifications. You can also use the Notify Me option on orders that have the notifications enabled by Order ID or Customer ID. One final point. The setup for notifications is done either in the Customer Maintenance or Vendor Maintenance program or Order Entry. There is no separate setup required for pack lists, purchase receipts, cash receipts, and cash disbursements because those notifications are sent when their associated Order ID has notifications set up for those documents. In this demonstration, I will show how an email notification can be sent within the sales cycle. First, we'll take a look at the default template for the email. Notice that there is a tab for each of the email notifications that can be sent. Tab for customer orders, shipments, cash receipts, purchase orders, purchase order receipts, cash disbursements. The tab for email AR invoices is used for a separate enhancement made to invoice generation. So looking at the customer order tab, the default template for each type of notification contains 4 sections: subject line, header, detail lines, and footer. Each section has specified tokens that can be used. When generating the notification, tokens will be replaced with corresponding data from the database. The subject line section shows what will be printed on the subject line of the email notification. For customer order notifications, there are 2 tokens available to be included on the subject line: the customer ID of the order and the order number. The header section shows what will be printed once at the top of the body of the email notification. For customer order notifications, there are 8 tokens available, all associated with the data on the order header. The line section shows what will be printed multiple times within the body of the notification, once for each line on the order. In this section, there are 6 order line tokens available. Finally, The footer section shows what will be printed once at the end of the body of the email. For the custom order notifications, there are 6 footer tokens available, all associated with the data on the order header. To customize the template, you can add text to any of the sections and drag and drop a token to the window. Click on the token. Once you see the box under the cursor, it's ready to drag. I'll make a change to the order header by adding the order status. Once you're done with your changes, click the Save Push button. You may decide you want to reset the default templates. Go to the Options menu, select Reset Defaults. This dialog will allow you to reset the templates by type. I'll select the order type. Remember we added the order status. Click the OK button. You can see order status has been removed. Click Save to save these changes to the database. Each of the template email notifications are editable in the same way. There are 3 levels of control for sending email notifications. The top level is at the customer or vendor on the purchasing side. If you have a customer that you want to send notifications for every new order, changed order, shipment, or cash receipt, you can set this up once in customer maintenance. For this customer Acme, I will set up notifications. Go to the Maintain menu, click Notifications. On the left side of this dialog, you can see there are 3 options to send the notification to the customer. You can send an email when a new order is saved, or each time an existing order is saved, or when a pack list is saved. These notifications will be sent to the customer contact on the order. You may also want to send emails to employees. Employees can receive notifications for new orders, changed orders, pack list, or cash receipts, and also cash disbursements on the purchasing side. Once you select any checkbox for internal notifications, push button for employees will be enabled. Clicking the internal push button opens the Employee Filters dialog. The tabs that correspond to the checked options are enabled. The Available List box on the left side will be populated with the employee's last name and first name, but only employees that have 3 attributes will be included. The employee must be active, it must have a valid email address, and the user ID must be a valid user ID. To select employees, double-click the name and it will be moved to the selected box. To remove an employee, double-click on the selected box and it will be moved back to the available box. Or you can highlight a name and use the double arrow push buttons in the center. Once you have completed the selected employees on each tab, click the OK push button. These employees will be saved to the notification employee table for this customer ID. The same dialog is used in vendor maintenance to set up the notifications on the purchasing side. Customer Order Entry window has a new Notifications tab. When entering a customer ID that has notification defaults, they are populated in this tab. We just entered these defaults for Acme, and these defaults are reflected here. Let's take a look at an existing order. The first checkbox, Email Notification, is an override. Let's say that on this particular order you don't want to have any notification sent. If you turn this checkbox off, then no notifications will be sent for this order ID, its pack list, or cash receipts, even if the customer still has defaults to be sent. The default values stay visible, but disabled. Right now this order is using the customer default values, but you can change the notifications for the order. Go to the Edit menu, Order Notifications. You can see the defaults are loaded from the customer. I'll check all of the checkboxes for this order. Add an employee for invoice paid. Click Save. Here we can take a look at the email that was generated. It's for the order that we just saved. The word update is inserted in the front of the subject line, and the 2 lines that are on the order are printed. Here's another quick way to set up notifications for sales or purchasing. If the user ID that's logged into custom order entry exists as a user ID for an active employee that has an email address, then the Notify Me checkbox is enabled and the email address is loaded. On this order, the customer ID is Acme 1, which has no default notification set up. Checking this one checkbox means all sales notifications for new orders, change orders, pack list, or cash receipts for this one order ID will be sent to this email address. No other setup needs to be done for this order or employee. Notifications are sent even if the email notification checkbox is not checked. So we'll click Save, and we can see that the email has been sent. There are 3 lines on this order, 3 lines in the body of the email. You can further limit the Notify Me option to send notifications just to selected lines. There's a new column, Notify Me. If we check any of the columns, then only the lines that have checked values will be sent on the email. Click Save. And we can see that this email now contains just line 3, the only line that was checked. The option to select by lines is also available if you're not using the Notify Me option and you're using just the email notification option.